Welcome to Organic Chemistry Lab at the University of Texas at Austin. Today, we will be going over the first day's portion of the extraction and recrystallization experiment, which is extraction. Please remember to obtain a lab coat and goggles when you enter the lab.
This is the needed glassware and equipment for the extraction and recrystallization lab experiment. 1. Separatory funnel. 2. Glass funnel. 3. Buchner funnel and sidearm flask. 4. Several beakers large to small. 5. Small Erlenmeyer flask. This is the following safety. The SOPs for this experiment are C. Disposing of waste. D. Wearing gloves. G. Using organic chemicals. H. Glassware. E. Using acids and bases. I. Heating reactions. The chemicals are as following. 0.5 grams of unknown containing 1 base and 1 neutral of the following. Base, 4-nitroaniline. 2-methyl-4-nitroaniline. 3-nitroaniline. Neutral, 9-fluorinone. Anthracene, fluorine, and phenanthrene. Solvents are 6 molar HCl, 6 molar NaOH, methanol, and ethyl acetate. The MSDS sheets are also needed for each chemical. This is a quick overview of the experiment. 1. Obtain unknown and dissolve in 20 milliliters of ethyl acetate. 2. Place ethyl acetate solution into separatory funnel. 3. Add 20 milliliters of HCl to separatory funnel and put stopper on funnel. 4. Shake and vent for 5 minutes. 5. Place funnel onto ring stand. Drain lower aqueous layer into a beaker and then drain upper organic layer into separate beaker. 6. Neutralize aqueous layer with NaOH and filter unknown base with Buchner funnel. Air dry organic layer with air hose and isolate unknown neutral. Let both solids air dry until the next lab period. 7. Recrystallize unknown base in water. Recrystallize unknown neutral in methanol.
To start, place 20 milliliters of ethyl acetate into your 100 milliliter graduated cylinder. Next, obtain a vial that contains 0.5 grams of the unknown and add it to an Erlenmeyer flask. Pour in the ethyl acetate to dissolve the unknown. Swirl the flask to help speed up the process. Now pour the ethyl acetate solution into the separatory funnel. Obtain 20 milliliters of 6 molar hydrochloric acid and add it to the separatory funnel. Place the stopper onto the funnel and begin shaking it for 5 minutes, venting every minute or 2. Shaking? I wonder. No. When finished, place the separatory funnel back onto the ring clamp and let the 2 liquid layers separate. Remove the stopper and drain the bottom HCl layer into a beaker. Be careful to monitor the separatory funnel while draining. stop when the upper ethyl acetate layer has reached the stopcock. Place the HCl into an ice water bath along with a beaker that contains 20 milliliters of 6 molar sodium hydroxide. Leave them on the ice for at least 15 minutes, or until they reach about 0 degrees Celsius. While the HCl and NaOH solutions cool down, drain the ethyl acetate solution into another beaker. Add several spatulas of sodium sulfate to the ethyl acetate solution to remove the water. Be careful to not spill any sodium sulfate. Swirl the solution around to speed up the process. Next, remove the sodium sulfate by filtration. Use your glass funnel and small piece of cotton at the base of the funnel. Collect the ethyl acetate into another beaker. Turn on the air hose and let it run for a minute or two to make sure no water comes out of the line. Make sure that the airflow is not too fast. Place the air hose over your ethyl acetate solution to speed up the evaporation of the solvent. This should take about 10 to 20 minutes. When it is finished, scrape the solid residue into a weigh boat and store it in your locker until next week. First, blow some air over the HCl to remove any ethyl acetate that might be at the top. To neutralize the HCl, add some NaOH using a pipette. Do not add a lot at any one time because the reaction is exothermic. Mix the solution by swirling the beaker. Make sure that the HCl stays cold by keeping it in the ice water bath. Be patient, as it will take about 20 milliliters of NaOH to neutralize all of the acid. Check the progress periodically by measuring the pH using pH paper. When you're getting close, you should start to see some precipitate forming. Collect the precipitate using your Buchner funnel and vacuum filtration. To start, place the filter paper into the Buchner funnel. Next, turn on the vacuum and add a small amount of water to get the paper wet. Then, slowly pour your neutralized solution over the funnel, trying to keep it concentrated towards the center of the paper. When finished, remove the paper and gently scrape the solid from the Buchner funnel and place it into a weigh boat. Store the weigh boat in your locker for next week. Please be sure to carefully clean up your area and wash all of your glassware. Return the lab coat to the rack and the goggles to the goggle cabinet. Smooth, Ezra. Please be safe, and we'll see you next time.